Hello and welcome to the Mobile Stories introductory video. Are you ready to embark on an exciting journey as a student reporter? Mobile Stories is a publishing tool that is used by students from grades 6 up to high school. This video is for you, the next student reporter. So, what does a reporter or a journalist do? A journalist works to provide people the information they need to make decisions. Journalists watch and analyze the actions of people in power to keep the public informed and ensure debate on critical issues. As opposed to content creators on social media, journalists have to follow ethics rules like accuracy and transparency. But here's the thing: young people also need to be part of this process. It is not just about understanding how media or democracy works, it's about actually participating in it. You have valuable knowledge and insights to share, and by doing so, you can help make the world a better place for everyone. With Mobile Stories, you will learn how to publish information others can trust. It can teach you not only how to create interesting and engaging journalistic articles, but also how to verify information and use evidence effectively. You can learn how to express your ideas and opinions in a convincing way and become a thought leader or subject specialist in your community. Think of Mobile Stories as your virtual newsroom. Here, you will access tips and tricks from accomplished reporters, photojournalists, videographers, and other experts, and try your hand at journalistic methods. Now, let's get started. Your journey begins with creating your Mobile Stories account. If you are watching this video in class, your administrator, such as your teacher, librarian, or youth leader, has already set up a team for you and your group. Now, it's time to create your account. Simply go to newsroom.mobilestories.com. If you already have an account, enter your username and password. If you don't, click on Create a New Account and follow the registration process. Enter your email address in the top line. Make sure you use your school email address. Come up with a password and type it in. Repeat it again on the next line. Next, enter your name, preferably both your first and last name. Your name will appear at the bottom of your article. If you decide to publish it on mobilestories.com in the bottom line, enter the team code provided by your teacher or other administrator. Then click Register. If you are watching this video in a classroom, this might be a good place to press pause to make sure that everyone is following along. If you wrote your name incorrectly when you registered, you can change it later on by clicking on Profile at the top right of the tool. Once you have logged in, you need to agree to the terms of publication on Mobile Stories. These terms are designed to prevent you from breaking the law or our rules when using Mobile Stories. Read them carefully. While you are doing this, a teacher or another administrator has to approve you in the team. This is done in the left side menu under My Team and under the heading Pending Users. The administrator approves one student at a time by clicking on the names in the list. Now might be the time to pause the video again to make sure everyone is following along. Now, after logging in, you're on a page called Home. It might look a little empty here right now, but don't worry, more things will appear here once you start working on your articles. On this page, you can see how many sources you have added and how many articles you have written or reviewed. You will also be able to see all your articles here as tiles or small cards. By clicking on one of them, you will go directly to the article. Sometimes, you also might find a question in the poll section on the home page. You can answer if you want to. At the top left corner, you will find 3 small lines. Click here to see the menu. The Articles section is where you can see your articles and start new ones. The My Team section is where you can join other teams if you have received a code from another teacher or administrator. You can also use the chat function to chat with the collaborators invited to your article. Settings is where you can change the theme to dark or light, as well as change the language of the tool. Ready to get to work on your first article? Head to the Articles page and click on Create a New Article. Choose your desired format, whether it's a news article, opinion piece, or something else. Before you choose, you can learn about each format by clicking on the violet button with a light bulb. You will then enter the Learn section. The light bulb symbol gives you access to educational content and tips from journalists on the different aspects of journalism. Let's start by making an opinion piece. After you have read the information in the Learn section, click on the Opinion Article template. The first step is to come up with a headline. You have to try to come up with something that will grab your reader's attention, but it must also be true and relevant to your article. It is good to think, if I saw this headline, would I click on it? Don't worry if you can't think of the perfect headline, you will be able to change it later. Step 2. Select your team. You might only have one team to choose from here in the beginning. Step 3. Choose a category for your article. What is the most relevant subject for your article, for example, democracy, culture, or sports? Then click on the plus sign in the bottom right corner. Congratulations! You have started your first article. Now you will see an article page where you can add your text and images in different boxes. At the top right corner of the boxes, you will again see the violet light bulb icons that will lead you to tips on how to create content. At the bottom of the boxes, there is a button with a question mark. Click on them to see the help guide. For example, perhaps you don't know what a lead is. The help text will give you a short explanation. However, in the Learn section, when you click on the light bulb, you will find more detailed advice on how to write a great lead that is in line with journalistic standards. You can also click on the large Learn button on the left side, and it will bring you to a page with all the Mobile Stories educational videos and articles. Now, let's go to the article you just started. On the right side, you will see the steps you need to take to complete the article. Mandatory steps have an exclamation mark at their side. For example, you cannot publish an article without a headline or a body text. Optional parts are marked with a plus sign. To complete all steps, you can either click on the box or the list. Now, let's click on the box called Lead. The lead is the first paragraph of a story. It is meant to get the reader interested. For now, just to see how this works, write a few sentences or copy text from an essay you have written previously. This might be a good time to pause the video again. Click on Back after you have finished writing your text. Then, let's go to the body text box right next to the lead. Click on it to open. This is where you will add all of your article text. Feel free to copy in a text you have written previously just to see how this works. You will notice when you write that the word and character counts at the top change. You can also highlight a part of the text, click on the chain symbol, and insert a link. Click on the disk symbol to save. Using links gives your readers the chance to click and go to the information source you have used in your article. This will make you more trustworthy. Press Back when you have added the article text. It might be a good idea to pause the video here if needed so that those who want to can test adding their text. We're back at the article page. You might have already noticed the little meerkat waving at you from the bottom right corner. That is your assistant, Trusty. Trusty will help you with some tips along the way or let you know if you forgot something important. Now, scroll down to the box called Title Image. This image will show up at the top of your article. This is how it looks. The title image is also the small image that you see on mobilestories.com platform with all the published articles. Let's try to add an image. Open the title image box by clicking on it. Click on Select File. Choose an image on your device. An image in landscape or horizontal format will work best. The image cannot be larger than 5 megabytes. If the image is too large, the system will show you an error message. You should also write a photo caption describing the image. It should be short, 1 or 2 sentences. Add information not mentioned in the article. End the caption with the name of the author. If you are using an image you took from the internet, you must check the terms of use carefully. You are not allowed to republish any image you find, as you might break copyright laws. Even if the image is free to use, you need to add the name of the person who took it. However, it is always safer to take your own photos or use your illustrations. This way, you can be sure that the picture has not been manipulated or taken out of context. Click Upload and then go back. Now you can pause the video again and take time to test this. As you work on your article, Don't forget to add sources to back up your statements or claims. You will do this directly in your texts, podcasts, or videos, but also by filling in the Sources box. Click on the box to open it. For each source you add, there are 4 lines to fill in. First, at the top, write the name of the source you used. It can be the name and surname of a person or an organization that published the information. You can also add the title of an article or a study that you used. In the second row, add a description explaining what the source is. In the third row, you should add a link if you have one. Otherwise, leave it blank. In the last row, you need to describe why you think the source is credible, or in other words, why you think you can trust it. The name of the source, the description, and the link will appear at the bottom of your article if you publish it. The text in line 4 will not appear. Click on the button with the plus sign when you are done. You should add all the sources you use in the same way. Once you are done, press Back. Now you've done quite a lot of work already and may be wondering what your article looks like when published. Scroll to the top of the article page. Click on the purple button, Generate Preview. Wait a few seconds. When the button below labeled Open Preview turns purple, you can click on it. Your preview will now open in a new window. Your article is not published yet. This is what your article will look like when you publish it online. We can see the headline. We see the image with the caption, the lead, and the body text. The sources should be included in the article text, but they are also listed in the bottom as clickable links. We also see a byline box that a student has filled in. In the Mobile Stories tool, you can also collaborate with others. Scroll to the box called Choose Your Collaborators. Open it. Under the title, Can Edit, you can invite others who can change the content of the article. If you want to allow them to edit, click on their name. There's another category called Can Give Feedback. Here, you can invite collaborators who can read your article but cannot make any changes. The articles that you have access to can be found in a list on the Articles page. You can get to it from the menu on the left side. Click on the row with the article title to enter it. The people working on an article can use the chat for this article. You can find the chat under the symbol that looks like a speech bubble. Your teacher or another administrator of the group can also read what you write in the chat. Now might be a good time to pause the video to test this. In the same way you selected the people who you will work with in the Choose Your Collaborators box, you now also have to add a byline to let the readers know who worked on the article. Click on the names to show the reader who took the picture, who wrote the article, and who helped with research. Pause the video now if you would like to try this. Now, pick one or more pages that you want your published article to be featured on. For example, you can choose your country or school page. Finally, click on Generate Preview and Open Preview again to see the changes. Make any necessary edits until everything looks perfect. When you have finished your first article, it's time to watch the video about publishing your story. You will find this video in the Learn section. Thank you for listening, and good luck with your stories. The voice for this video has been artificially generated.